Lori Mead.
Tim Abrams.
Scott Shepherd.
Rob Lawrence, Phil Snyder.
Mike Ballman.
We get the approval of the 217 minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public input?
Yes, I have, I wanna go over the town budget that you proposed coming up. You had I guess you, from 1 year to the other, something like $70,000 you're looking for, about a 13.5% increase. I would like to go over a few numbers that came in off a FOIL request as income for the town of Benson for 24 and 25. Okay, they have three sources of income. One would be New York State property, $854,498.
What was that?
$854,498.
854,000?
I'm only going by what town of Benson gave me. Okay, for residents, I only got 2 minutes, so. For residents, property tax, the income coming in would be 238,000. For Hampton County, payment for maintenance on the highways and whatever, you have 24 and 25, which totals 102,833. With these three incomes, if you combine them, there'll be $1,195,164 total income for the town of Benson. Benson's budget for 24 and 25, you people proposed is $597,831. That's with the 13.5 increase. Now, if we do a little math, we took the income and we took town of Benson's budget, we have a balance of $597,333. That's what's left over from the total income. That's the balance or difference. Okay, in my opinion, I think a 13% increase with that much of a balance, I'm not saying it's right to the dollar. I'm only utilizing the numbers that are given to me. I don't think 13.5 increases, I don't think that's proper. If you stay within the state, 2 or 3%, I think that's very fair to the taxpayer. Because over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been kicking this can down the road, and it's, we're up to 40-some percent. I think it's time that we have to turn around and start doing a little better management with our money. Because this balance right here, the state of New York, for example, okay, believe it or not, that'll pay for your budget, $597 for an example, but it also pays for a good part of your highway department. So the taxpayer's money coming in at $238,000, I don't see why do we need to do 13.5%. I think that's way too high.
Frankie, I don't know where you're getting your figures from. I
got them right here on the paper.
Our fund balance and our
They're from the town of
I'd
Benson.
like to see that.
Right here.
I'd like to see that they sent you, I don't know, but
Right
our
here.
fund balance on our general account is 132.
Okay.
And our
That
fund balance
the property, I think, goes to the county.
yeah.
What's that?
I don't think you got quite
The state
sure
of
what
New
you're
York
looking
doesn't pay you a dime into your account? Are you making a statement that the New York State property tax?
He's assuming that the town of Benson gets the property tax.
for. No,
It's
we
not
don't,
correct.
it goes to the county and they give us our budget. We don't get that.
But they
million.
take the
We don't get a million. We don't get a
$597, I mean, you
million.
gotta get some money.
We don't get $1 million, the county, if our budget is $500,000, at the end of the year, when everybody's paid their taxes and whoever didn't pay it, the county gives us whatever money it is to do for our budget. All that money that comes from the state goes to the state, goes to the county. It's not.
So what you're saying is that New York State property tax, you don't get no money out of that?
We do get some, our taxes, but
You
the
get
county gets,
597?
the county gets what they get.
Well, do they give you enough to cover your town budget? out of that.
Yes, but our budget's only $500,000.
Okay,
I don't know where you're coming up with, what, we have $500,000.
I'm only reading what I have right here.
Okay, well,
I mean,
okay, thank you.
yeah, I'm just a messenger, you know, I'm just giving you my opinion.
Thank you.
Okay. And the other question is, I like to ask, I would like to see if we can come up with whatever accounts you have, and what would be the balance of all accounts, not just a couple accounts, like the fund balance, I mean, every account. I like to know what that is. Or not me, but the taxpayer should know what it is. And is there any way that Hamilton County can give you a quarterly?
I'll give you a month by month if you want, and you just gotta ask for it. It tells you exactly what's paid, what our budget is, each line item. You can either ask her for it, or you can call me and I'll get it from the county for it.
So
If
in
you
turn,
want.
they do a quarter to that?
Every month, they give me a report and I send it to these guys.
Alright. Well, shoot the
I send it to
messenger.
them because they need to know what account was overdrawn, what account's not overdrawn. So,
Okay, there's still, I can see, even though you're saying what you stated about the state property, but you're also being reimbursed for your, out of the state property for your town budget. So, is that what you're saying? Did I have that correct?
whatever the state taxes are, it goes to the county, and we only get our, whatever the percentage is for us. The rest of us county.
Well, what is the percentage then?
I don't know right offhand.
Okay, but would you
I
get
don't have
back,
it in front of
would
me.
you get back to?
Whatever's on the tax bill.
Alright, that makes sense.
Oh, we wish that we got all that money.
Yeah.
I'm only reading what I got.
But it's like your whole check that you get every week, your 40 hours, well, the state taking their
Well, I didn't realize that Benson is 80% roughly all tax property. I didn't realize what you're trying to say is, are you telling me that the county controls that and they give you back to cover your
Actually,
budget?
the state controls that, but.
Yeah.
The state, okay.
All right, thank you. Yes.
I'd like to follow up on Mr. Fernandez's comments to this extent. He obviously exceeded the 2 minutes. There obviously have been questions answered, so hopefully you'll show me or any member of the public the same courtesy. That's number one. Secondly, Mr. Fernandez, as a citizen and taxpayer, he's your boss. He's among the citizens who are your boss. You work for him. So my question comes down to, how do you answer questions from the public? You've got it set up so that if a question is submitted in writing, you file the questions, but you never answer them. You generally don't answer any questions here. You have said that you're going to limit everybody to 2 minutes. You've just failed to do that, which is fine, I understand that. But how does your boss, Mr. Fernandez, get the answers he's looking for? Because I understand what you said, but there's no real answer. I can tell you that the funds Mr. Fernandez is talking about and not wanting to raise taxes, a lot of that is accumulated when the budget is submitted by the supervisor to this board. There's plenty of what I'll call gravy that ends up in the slush fund, which is the general and the highway fund, at the end of the year. So I would ask that you take a good hard look at your budgets and see how much is left over. This year you happen to go over by $28,000 or $30,000 on expenses, and you just took it out of the general fund. So even with the big tax increase, you still came up way short, which a big part of that obviously is that building out there, the file room. But that's what you guys need to look at, please, representing the citizens. And finally, how do you ever get an answer to the citizens? If you don't answer questions in writing, and you generally don't answer questions here, or you're limited to 2 minutes, how does your boss know what's going on?
Thank you. Move on to resolutions. Annual audit of the, you guys all received the annual financial report. I have a motion to accept the annual budget.
I make a motion to accept the budget.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we have a request for the authorization of county highway superintendent to post the roads, which you've already done from the county. I'll make a motion. I get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Sound like we have a choice.
Hmm?
Sound like we have a choice.
Yeah, that. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Otherwise,
And then I have that, I sent you all the thing, the electric service downstairs is back in the sixties and seventies, is the old push button.
Ancient.
It's, yeah. And
The
I got,
Westinghouse,
I
right?
sent you all the quotes.
No, it's even older than that.
Well, it's a Westinghouse.
Oh, was it?
Westinghouse
Westinghouse?
breakers.
Okay.
And whoever did some electric earlier, they were putting 14 gauge wire on 20 amp breakers, and that's uncalled for. So we're gonna have it changed out. I talked to you, sent you all the estimates.
yep.
We had 3 estimates. One was with no inspection. The higher amount was, no inspection. The middle amount for 1,700 was, for an inspector to inspect the panel when it got done.
Yep.
H&T, I'll make a motion that we move forward with H&T to replace that panel.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Highway department? Well, next month we'll purchase it. We also need to start talking about getting stuff together to replace that tandem.
Yes.
Next year it'll be 10 years old,
Yeah.
and we wanna try to sell it when it's still got some value to it.
Well,
Well, you know what I mean?
yes.
10 years old, it's still got some value to it.
Yeah.
It's anywhere from 70 to 65,000 is what the showing on when I looked it up today. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's more than if it's gonna be 12 years old. And it's getting to where it needs to, this needs to be replaced. That's the one that gets used the most.
Yes.
So if you can start thinking about that, and I know it's gonna be about 300,000, but
Well, the one that like the county just got is already pre-spec'd. They have them in stock. You can get one right away. They're, out the door 338,000.
is the wing still on the back, or is the wing up front now?
It's still on the front, but it doesn't have the tall tower. They're only a 4-foot tower now, it's just come up the height of the hood. Better setup, it has a 4-way.
And then hopefully, that grant for $75,000 that you Farley gave me back in 17 for the mower that we didn't purchase, and the backhoe never got to purchase for that. I'm right at the edge. I sent in for the reimbursement for it, and I sent them all this canceled checks and the bank statement that we did it, and we should be getting that $75,000 grant back. It's just in the process. It has to go through the accountant's office, and then it has to go through the state voucher, and hopefully within 3 or 4 weeks, and hopefully we can get it back.
We did that. Yes, today I think it was, actually, when we were out this morning cleaning up.
The vouchers, the general account was 67,960.64, the highway was 4,612.18, total of 72,572.82. Can I get a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion moved. Nothing else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll
All
second
in
it.
favor?
Aye.
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 If I may, now that you're out of session, I have some, well, call important information that may be helpful to you. I heard you mention the $75,000 grant, DASNY grant. There is a resolution that was written by Dave Rogers, I believe, during my term, showing the money earmarked for the highway equipment fund, I believe, so you want to check back on that.